Hello my gorgeous people, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and these are your special horoscope tarot card messages that are going to be relevant for the stage, for the period in particular in between the 24th of September and the 14th of October 2020. And I would like to say that these messages are going to be very special indeed, and most certainly it is going to provide you with an important information that you are going to need at this moment in time. What I'm going to do right now, I am going to focus, even before I start this reading for all the 12 signs of zodiac. Of course, I'm going to do a little reading for every single sign of zodiac, of course. But before I do this, I'm going to shuffle these oracle cards and I'm going to focus, I'm going to connect to this stage and this period in between the 24th of September and 14th of October. What can we all expect collectively when it comes to the energy and when it comes to the to all of us indeed? Before I even start shuffling these oracle cards, I'm already getting all sorts of information and all sorts of messages, in particular when it comes to how are we going to feel all of us together. It looks like that something will be going on around, something really important when it comes to us feeling quite similar indeed. So we will want to know the answers, we'll want to look for the information. We're going to have the energy of wondering, but then at the same time it's very important to follow this through. Because when something like that happens and we are all benefiting from this energy collectively, it is very important to try to understand that there are lots of people wondering something in particular, and now this energy is taking over, and this energy is about to gain its momentum also in between the 24th of September and the 14th of October 2020. This is going to be quite significant. On another hand, it is going to bring lots of energy within us, like in particular when it comes to the actual adventure. But you know, adventure is such a big term indeed, but it's like when I say adventure, I mean that, you know, that adventure is also going to come with a little spiritual key. And what does that mean? Adventure is going to come with a little spiritual key. It means that we really have to make that push ourselves. We have to take that spiritual key and unlock this door. And the way we're gonna know that the doors are about to be unlocked, it's a lot to do with the way we feel. It's a lot to do with us within, but it's a lot to do with us kind of being adventurous and daring at the same time. And now this is the spiritual key that is going to become quite relevant, which is going to require from us just to tap into it, make that spiritual knock, take that little key and unlock the door. And the way we're gonna do this, my gorgeous people, and in particular this is going to be quite evident at this time in between the 24th of October and the 14th of in between the 24th of September and the 14th of October. Just follow your bliss, just follow it through, and it is going to take over. Your subconscious mind is going to become quite powerful, because now we are entering a really important stage when it comes to the actual October. The energy is very vibrant and it's very powerful, because what we have happening at the end of the month on the 31st of October, this is a rather sacred day when the veil, as I said, in between this world and the spirit world, it's at its thinnest. So we are on one hand receiving all sorts of informations from the spirit world, from the spirit guides, from our guardian angels throughout the month, but also at the same time the energy is very powerful and very significant when it comes to subconsciously taking over. So this is the time, my gorgeous people, when we really have to collectively see what we feel attracted to, what we feel connected to, you know, whether this is whether this is going to be something from the past, or whether these are going to be things that we only started, or whether these are going to be things that are going to be on the horizon just now. It's very important just to follow it through, my gorgeous people, because it's all about our visions that we are going to have, and they're gonna start within. So I'm just going to take 3 oracle cards, 3 oracle cards, and I'm going to see collectively what the spirits want us to know right now. The oracle card number 1 is be open, openness. You see this? A remarkable moment in time, which means that we're going to need to be as open as we possibly can. And we also have to remember, to stay true to ourselves. We need to stay true. We need to stay honest with ourselves. So it's just so important within this time to pay attention to anything that's kind of repeating, and to pay attention to anything that's constantly on our mind, because our deep part of ourselves, our spiritual part of ourselves, who we are on a much higher picture, on a much higher dimension, is most certainly going to be calling us and calling us and calling us. So it's very open, very, very important to stay open, but also at the same time, stay open-minded, and at the same time be as explorative as you possibly can, and listen to your inner voice, and do not ignore things that are constantly playing on your mind, even if it seems like, oh, it's not right, and things like that. Just think about it, and you will see exactly where this is coming from. Okay, the second oracle card, my gorgeous people, that I'm going to take for this stage and this period, and this is collectively for all of us, for all 12 signs of zodiac. Yes, surprise, surprise, my babies. Look at this, the gateway. A new doorway, it's about to open. A new pathway, it's about to open. This is most certainly connected to us deep within. You need to remember to stay true to yourself. This is all about a new portal opening. This is all about a new pathway opening. It's about a new beginning. It's about an unfoldment which is also going to take place, which is about to bring the whole new focus and the whole new perspective. Something really important is going to take place. Something really important is going to happen that is going to make us a bit of shaky moment, but then again, this is going to be pretty much needed in order for us to understand, to listen to ourselves, listen to our intuition, and stay true to ourselves. This is not only about the doorway, it is not only about the whole new portal which is about to open, but it's also at the same time, this is an important wake-up call. Okay, it's important to listen to yourself. So we are going to have a quite significant doorway and gateway open at this time as well. And on another hand, it's great time to explore. As I said, when I say like it's a great time to explore, it's just try to do things differently. It doesn't have to be necessarily, oh yeah, let me just try this, let me just try that. Yay! No, baby, no. It doesn't have to be like that. You can do it like basically just be like, try to do things differently. Things that you're doing now, there is just so much around that you could go and do it differently. Try to incorporate different things into your path, into your life, into your journey. And these are the little things and little situations that can seem only tiny, but then they are going to make and they are going to bring like the world of difference when it comes to our lives. Okay, so now the third oracle card, my gorgeous people. Oh, trust. There you go. An important moment in time. You see how similar and how powerful and how strong these oracle cards have been, and how powerful they are, in particular when it comes to this situation. Trust. You need to have a trust. Someone is also going to be playing an important role in our lives. Someone who means to us a lot. Someone who is important to us. Somebody who is very significant in our lives is going to play an important role in all this as well. At the same time, because somebody who is close to us, somebody who is important to us, somebody who is very significant in our life is most certainly going to have an important moment, an important information which they're going to tell us. And then it's all about coming down to with the fact that basically what we are going to actually realize with this, it's more like about the confirmation, it's more about the realization, it's more about like a understanding, about a certain completion, but then again an understanding that where is their completion, there is also the new beginning which is going to take place, which is going to start. But most certainly this is going to be an important part of our focus. So we just need to see who is going to have that very special message for us who is in our lives, who is very relevant to us. Most certainly important. So now I'm going to start this reading, and I'm going to start with the horoscope sign of Aries. My gorgeous Aries, I love you so much. Do you know, you need to be a little bit careful, because you are also gonna have a bit of some kind of temptation, and that temptation will be a little bit naughty, because you are at the same time gonna have the possibility to be led astray a little bit. So my advice is, my gorgeous Aries, just stay committed to the task at hand and be aware of this secret temptation that you are going to have, because most certainly it's like a little bit of a test that you are going to have, a little bit of challenging situation that you are going to have. Just stay assertive, my babies, stay assertive and stay committed to the task at hand. Take everything what I said at the beginning into consideration, and you're gonna get an absolutely remarkable point of view by the end of this stage, by the end of this period. An important obstacle, it's actually going to come to an end through this situation, and that obstacle that it's going to come to an end, on one hand it's going to be a wake-up call for you, my babies, but then on another hand, this is going to become an important stage when it comes to your future planning, my gorgeous Aries, and you will see exactly what I mean. It's all about being navigated by the stars, but then at the same time, more importantly, it's to actually follow your bliss, and follow your bliss. And this is what I want you to understand, because this little temptation that you will have, it's gonna go as quick as it's going to turn up. It's going to manifest in your life. Very soon you will have a reason for the celebration indeed. My second sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Taurinis. Now, my lord, do you know what? Your energy will be very powerful this time. Your energy will be very strong, and it will be very significant when it comes to expressing yourself. This is because the balance is going to be absolutely superb, my gorgeous Taurinis, indeed. Your energy will be very powerful. Just use it to the best of your ability. If you want to begin something, just go for it. Ask a certain question before you go to sleep, and you're going to be provided with an answer. If you want to start some kind of process of manifestation, just go for it, my gorgeous Taurinis, because you are going to have this ability, when you do things throughout this time, to actually achieve it so much quicker and so much sooner, because your passion will be quite evident, and that in itself is going to enhance your own personal vibrancy. This is an important time, because it's going to bring you so much closer towards some kind of accomplishment, something that was going on for a long time, and something that means to you so much, my gorgeous Taurinis. You know, I will say this is the time when you will feel your power. This is the time when you're gonna feel your grounding. You will be able to feel the ground beneath your feet in such a strong and a powerful way, and this is nothing unusual. It happens when we get activated. It happens when we get reactivated because of the certain amount of harmonious energy within our sign. You are going to have a really kind of unusual situation which is going to appear, which is going to arise, and you will surprise yourself purely the way you're going to respond to it. And now this is when the magic is going to start. This is where the magic is going to begin, because when you respond to this, you know, you are already going to start a process of a little adventure, because you're going to find yourself being very proud of yourself, but at the same time, this is all going to come through the actual daring moment, through you being daring. But then this daring moment was so much required from you, from your spirit, from your karma. It's like time. It's time. It's just remember, it's time to move on, my gorgeous Taurinis. It's time for adventure. It's time to be daring, but then at the same time, it's time to answer the call, my gorgeous Taurinis. The time is now. This is very important indeed. Your actual you are going to get an important news, you know, and the news that you're also going to get, it's just going to confirm something to you. And this is so important because it's going to bring you that promise, and that promise that you're going to have is just going to seem so much more powerful than it would normally be. And all you need to do is just be as creative as you possibly can. You know what? By being creative, my gorgeous Torini, you're going to have a moment when you least expect. Okay, when you do something that you love, remember your energy will be very strong, it will be very powerful. So when you're doing something that you love, at that time you're going to be projecting this super powerful energy. But then again at the same time, just remember, when you least expect it, there is going to be an important vision that you're going to have, my gorgeous Taurinis. Just watch this space, my babies, because you're gonna like it. Okay, the third important sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Gemini. My gorgeous Gemini, you know, you just remember, this is gonna sound like, oh no, my God, but the timing is critical, but in the best possible way. You're about to plant a little seed that is going to grow 100 times quicker, 100 times faster, 100 times more powerful than it would normally actually grow. So there are things that are going to be on your mind, my gorgeous Gemini, throughout this stage, and it is going to make you like a little bit confused emotionally. You're going to be like bouncing like from one side to another, but this is only because subconsciously you are going to be pushed, you know, towards things, and subconsciously you're already going to be having like a really important psychic moments which are going to be redirecting you nicely and gently. And that's why you're gonna find yourself like, oh God, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. But there's a one particular thing that you're gonna need to pay attention to, my gorgeous Gemini. Timing is critical with one stage, with one option that is going to arise. Don't get tricked into the tricky situation by thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to do this later. No, one particular thing. And what is this, my gorgeous Gemini? Is so important for you to act on now. It is very, very important for you to do so, because it is connected to kind of unknown territory in a way, and this was kind of preventing you to kind of go for it. This was preventing you to do this earlier because you were waiting for the certain moment. Now that certain moment, my gorgeous Gemini, is actually is now. And it's also to do with the process that you've started before, and it's just kind of got stuck in the middle, you know. And now you just need to understand, my babies, that it's down to you, it's up to you. And listen to your spirituality, listen to your subconscious mind, listen to yourself, because there is also at the same time going to be an important sign that you're going to have. And the sign that you're going to have is going to be so weird, it's going to come from somewhere else, it's going to be completely bizarre and strange and different. It's going to come from the spirit world, of course. Perhaps it's going to be like a little feather, little beautiful white feather that you're going to have, you're going to see. It really depends, but most importantly, it's a quiet, very powerful time for you to just, you know, basically just to open your mind and also try to connect, to reconnect, but in such a way where you can also pay attention to what was on your mind right at around the time, because this is what the way spirit is going to be guiding you. On one hand, an important confirmation that you are going to have, but then on another hand, keep on being assertive, and you are going to stay on top of the things, my gorgeous Geminis. Indeed, let me tell you just one more thing. You're exactly where you need to be. This is what you need to remember, my gorgeous Geminis. You're exactly where you need to be. It's not going to be that long until you get an absolutely mind-blowing reward. And you're gonna find yourself in a really beautiful and gorgeous and rather powerful waters indeed. And that is going to be something, that is going to be an important time of activation, new beginning, focus and unfoldment that you're actually going to have. A remarkable, brilliant news connected to someone very important in your life. It's gonna come through, it's gonna come forward as well at the same time. You know you were clever not that long ago. I'm not saying that you're not clever always, but but you were very clever the way you responded with a certain situation. Maybe somebody was trying to rush you into something or whatever it was. Now you're going to realize how clever you were. Watch this space, my gorgeous Gemini. Mwah. Okay, so the third sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Cancerini. Now, Cancerini, you just have to remember that you're gonna have such a little bit of tricky situation. You know, first of all, you're gonna hear a great news, and this great news that you're going to hear is gonna put a big smiley on your face, and it's to do with a healing, it's to do with an energy, it's to do with an optimism, it's to do with the positivity, but it's very much so to do with the healing, because it will have such a wonderful and healing effect on you at the same time. But on another hand, my gorgeous Cancerini, you just need to remember that you're gonna need to be so open-minded, because this is gonna be part of your little test. But then again, you're brilliant. You know, you like your security, my gorgeous Cancerini. You like you're emotional. You like your security. You like to be safe. I mean, these are brilliant traits about people, about signs. Indeed, you're brilliant. But now you just need to remember that it's an important time for you to stay open-minded, for you to make sure that you need to be adventurous, because there is also something daring that is going to come out of you in such a way, not that you dare to do something, but you will also kind of like take slightly different path. It's going to become the part of you, my gorgeous Cancerini, and it's going to surprise you. And this is all about your growth, all about your spiritual growth, and all about karma when it comes to the timing, and the time it's absolutely right. So you are going to find yourself being on a new path, and that in itself is going to surprise you. It's going to bring you lots of surprises, but most certainly the reason to celebrate, because the certain contemplation is going to come to an end, and also it's all about the completion and at the same time the new beginning. There are two important choices you're going to have, my gorgeous Cancerinis, and I'm so happy for you. There is one little thing that I don't see. There are two important choices that you are going to have, and just remember to reflect and to redirect your energy. It's a very important to actually remember. So my gorgeous Cancerini, reflect and redirect your energy, because also there are going to be certain feelings and certain emotions that you're going to feel that are just going to kind of try to, maybe not try to, but it's just going to make you feel like, oh, maybe no, you know, it's like you will want to kind of stay safe by doing the same path. But no, baby, no. This time you just go to see what's behind the corner. This time you just go and see that sacred path which is about to be revealed. It's a very important time when it comes to the clarity, but it's also a very important time when it comes to the whole new situation that is going to arise and bring you two important, remarkable choices. These choices are both going to be so significant when it comes to your relationship, but also when it comes to your life in general, my gorgeous Cancerinis. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Leonis. My gorgeous Leonis, I love you so much. It's not going to be that long until you have your victory. There is an important victory coming through. There is an important victory coming forward, and that victory, it's all about the realization. It's all about this energy. It's all about this balance that is going to be created at the same time, and it's going to strengthen you so much. It's going to have a mind-blowing effect on your self-esteem. It's going to have a mind-blowing effect on your confidence, and you will realize, ignore the nonsense and just keep going and keep going and keep going. That realization in itself is going to be so powerful, and it's going to awaken so many things within you. This stage and this period is just all going to be about about living a light energy. Just remember, my gorgeous Leonis, this is an important time, and I don't know, my God, I need to explain this, but this is about living a light energy. Now, this is very important because you're also going to realize the certain beauties around you that you didn't realize before, and this is all going to come through you, through this confidence, through this self-esteem, because purely it is all about the realization that you're gonna have, and the realization that you're gonna have, it's just not something that you're just gonna realize at this moment in time, but the problem, an annoying problem that was slowing you down, an annoying problem that was affecting you, an annoying problem that was bringing you down in so many different ways, and now you're gonna come to terms with it, because you are gonna have a very strong and very powerful energy as well this week, this time. From the 24th of September until the 14th of October, you will have a very powerful energy. This is not only be such an important time when you're projecting things, when you try to manifest, when you try to make things happen, but this is at the same time also going to be a very important time, which is going to be necessary and pretty relevant for the balance when it comes to the big massive change. I've already have seen this in your horoscope, on your monthly horoscope, my gorgeous Leonis, for the month of October. So this is nothing unusual. It's all leading towards a remarkable change, and you are going to have a news, you know, which is also going to be the last drop, which is just going to really finish the glass, you know, the last drop. And when I say it's going to be the last drop, which is going to finish the glass, it's basically all about you reaching an absolutely remarkable moment when you are going to have the biggest confirmation. You are going to have an important conversation as well, but you're going to have the biggest confirmation of your life. More to do with yourself, more to do with how you feel, more to do with what you want to do, more to do with your passion, more to do with your understanding, more to do with your balance that is going to be created at the same time, and you are going to be absolutely fearless. Leonis, listen to me, my babies. This is the time to follow your passion, follow your heart, and follow your bliss, because most certainly it's about a victory and the mental clarity that you are going to have at the same time. It's to do with a big jump, it's to do with a big change, but this time it's going to bring you the confirmation, which is going to be absolutely remarkable. You need to be open, as I said, open with yourself and open with other people at the same time. But then again, you need to stay true to yourself, you know, truthful to yourself. It's important because now this is going to help you so much to feel much better, to feel happier. It is going to bring you such an important perspective. That perspective was there before, but it's just the focus that it's going to become absolutely mind-blowing at the same time, and you are going to be standing very solidly, very firmly on the ground, my gorgeous Leonis. Indeed, it's the realization with the timing. You're just going to have a sign, and you will know, you will have an answer, you will have a response that you wanted, that you needed in such a long time, an important personal response. My Lord, it's going to be big, it's going to be amazing, it's going to be incredible, because it's going to boil down to number 7 as a symbolic number, but also number 7, it's a very spiritual, it's a very powerful number. It means that you are on the right path, you are on the right journey, but then at the same time, number 7, it's going to be quite important and powerful and significant when it comes to the answer and the certain timing when this is actually going to take place. It's to do with a big change. Indeed, it's to do with like taking care of yourself, enjoying your life, doing what you want to do, but also it's to do with the fact that the answers, important answers, are within. Indeed, okay. This is something that you need to remember, my gorgeous Leonis. Okay, so now this next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful, my mysterious Virgolini. My gorgeous Virgolini, I love you so much. You know, this is the time of promise. This is the time of change. This is the time of such an important significance and understanding that you are going to have with yourself. I am talking about the stage and the period in between the 24th of September and the 14th of October 2020. It's all about your powerful moment that you are going to have, and the powerful moment that you are going to have, you just need to remember that something is actually going to happen, and you are going to be provided with an important opportunity. But when you are provided with that important opportunity, something is going to affect you in such a way where you're still going to kind of work on it a little bit, in particular when it comes to your own response, which means this will mean to you so much. It's going to be absolutely mind-blowing, but you need to remember that you need to kind of try to chill out a little bit and try to focus and stay grounded, because it's going to be required from you to respond for this immediately, as soon as you can, as quick as you can. An important response is going to be needed from you. It's going to seem like, oh yeah, that you're going to have like a loads of time. It's going to seem like, oh yeah, maybe week after that, 2 weeks after that. No, baby, no. Anything that starts, anything that begins, anything to do with an unfoldment, a new beginning, especially when it comes to the certain conversation that you are going to have, you just need to go for it straight away. At the same time, because it's going to seem like you've got like a loads of time to do that later. You just go for it and go for it and go for it. Stay true to yourself. Be as open-minded as you can, but also at the same time create open communication. Stay grounded. When I say stay grounded, don't rush when it comes to having conversation or some kind of response, because just remember, this is all going to be down to your own personal response, the way you respond physically, but also at the same time the way you respond within yourself. This is going to bring you 3 absolutely remarkable choices, 3 absolutely huge changes that you didn't have before, my gorgeous Virgolinis. So this is all about the vision which you are going to have here, and it's now that vision is going to be so strong, that vision is going to become so powerful. It's not something that you've had that you will have for the first time. It's to do with a vision that was part of you, that was deep within you, that was part of your subconscious mind when it comes to the last like 3 or 4 years. This is an important moment in time, nothing unusual, because you're reaching a completion, as I said before. Sorry. Wherever there is a completion, there is the new beginning. This is a powerful time of your unfoldment, which means that on another hand, your energy will be very strong, your energy will be very powerful. So when it comes to manifestation, just be as open-minded as you can, because you are going to be creating, making things like along the way more than you had ever. Expect an important time when it comes to the actual success, when it comes to your direction, but also it's going to come with an element of a massive surprise, because the big success is going to come through. It's going to come forward when you least expect it, in the way that you would least expect it, so it's important. On another hand, there is going to be a remarkable moment. Now, Virgolinis, I'm going to say this stage, it's also going to reflect on you in such a way where it's all going to boil down to one particular thing. A huge, massive, enormous decision, and that decision that you're going to have, it's going to become a major point, because you're going to be able to understand things that you weren't able to understand before, in particular when it comes to you, your spiritual journey, the things that you have been doing, the things that have been blocking you down, the things that have been slowing you down, and why you haven't been maybe too honest with yourself, and why have you been waiting for so long. This is all going to come to the surface. It's nothing unusual, because the vibration is going to be really powerful and very important, and it's going to bring you the promise, a strong promise that you are vividly going to be able to connect it to this moment in time. Just remember that there is going to be a quite important, mind-blowing, crazy information that you are going to have within this stage, within this period. At some point when you wake up in the morning, you're going to open your eyes, and I said this millions of times, like, we're in connection with our subconscious mind so much much because of the night before. We have astral projections, we are traveling, we are doing all sorts of things because our mind is so strong and it's so powerful. When we are awake, then it's basically not as powerful as it when we are sleeping. So that's why we are still benefiting from that energy the first few minutes in the morning. So there is something that is going to be absolutely mind-blowing that you're going to realize. It's just going to come to you. You're going to open your eyes, maybe write it down. So please don't forget that this is going to be really, really important for you. It's to do with the next step. It's to do with the recognition, realization, but it's to do with the news, but it's also to do with like, oh my God, like a kind of like a little push that you are going to have at the same time towards the direction that you should go for. So that's why it's so important to pay attention to it, because you know, my gorgeous Virgolinis, you are gonna discover an important truth. This stage, this period, you are going to discover an important truth, you know, and you need to remember you need to stand in the light of truth. This is all what you need to remember, because this stage is going to lead towards like a massive, huge, enormous change, but it's going to make you feel so good, and you will know what is the right thing to do. Somebody in your life, just one more thing, my gorgeous Virgolini, somebody in your life, somebody very close to you, very important to you, is going through something very difficult emotionally, so they are going to need your help a little bit, and they're going to benefit from you, from your edit, from your input. You have got some kind of like a very significant and important information for them, and I repeat, this is someone very important and very special in your life, my gorgeous Virgolini, so they are going to need a little bit of your help. You have got something that they need, and you will both going to benefit beautifully from it, indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Libra. Libra, you can also expect, you know, quite interesting little message from the spirit world that you are going to have. And this message that you're going to have from the spirit world, you know, it's going to happen at around the time when you see like a little bird. In particular, this is to do with an omen. In particular, this is to do with a bird, whether you're gonna see the bird like maybe on the window, in the window, maybe you're gonna see like a little bird on a balcony, maybe you're gonna see like a little bird flying, hello, maybe you're gonna see like a little bird on the television, maybe you're gonna see like a little bird in the picture. You know what, it doesn't matter. It's very symbolic and it's very powerful. Whether this is going to be a live bird, whether this is going to be bird in the picture, you know, it doesn't matter. This is going to be a sign that very soon you are going to have your own rebirth, my baby, and very soon you're going to have your wake-up call. How do you know that this is the bird? That if it's in the picture, for example, something is going to feel so different, something is going to feel so bizarre, something is going to feel so strange, and it's going to be almost impossible not to notice, almost impossible not to see. You will know that this is the part of your element. You will know that this is the part of your dimension, and this is how you will know. But most importantly, you will be aware of the fact that very soon you're going to start a process of rebirth, and very soon this is going to be connected to your huge, massive wake-up call. One of the biggest wake-up calls you had within the last 11 years, indeed, and it's to do with two different things, but it's to do with the actual truth as well, and realization. And also, you know, when you have this a sign from the spirit, you know, the spirit message, you also need to remember, sorry, it's not only about what I've just said, but it's also to do, you need to observe your limitations. My gorgeous Libra, you need to observe your limitations, because by observing your limitation, there is something it's going to happen, because you're going to have the power that you wouldn't normally have, and that power is going to enhance your third psychic eye, my babies, and that power is also going to bring even more balance to you, and you are going to have absolutely superb, perfect vibration vibration, in order to see things through, in order to understand the reflection of this and act on it in the perfect way, because it's going to bring you a promise, but most importantly it's to do with an opportunity. That opportunity is like a financial opportunity or opportunity in general that is also going to see you through. It's going to open the brand new door for you, and you can expect something absolutely miraculous to take place, because it's connected to your blessings, it's connected to the justice, it's connected to the big smiley smile on my gorgeous Libra as well at the same time. And it's to do with the time where not only you're going to have an opportunity, financial opportunity, but there is a reward, a clear direction, clear arrow. It's going to be like a manifested to you, but then again, at the same time you can expect something really wondrous to actually emerge. On another hand, it's a clear sign, my gorgeous Libra, that if you want to start something, I'm telling you now, I'm going to say, I said this millions of times, ignore everything around you. Ignore all this negativity, because it's becoming absolutely crazy at the moment. You just need to remember to remain in your spiritual bubble, and you're going to do so great. There are lots of opportunities that you're going to have by staying optimistic and positive. So if you want to expand yourself in any way, this is a miraculous time. So ask the answer before you go to sleep. You're going to be provided with all sorts of messages, but then on another hand, just follow your bliss, follow your path, follow your journey. You're not going to be led astray. And if you are looking to expand yourself for new things, ignore the negativity and just keep going. If you need new work, new job and things like that, just keep going. If you want to do what you want to do, just keep going. If you want to start what you want to start, just keep going. If you want to expand yourself in a certain way, just keep going. If you want to start something, just keep going, and don't let anything to distract you. This is a very important time, my gorgeous Libras, and I know that you're actually going to like it. There is going to be a wonderful news, very important news from someone in your life who means to you so much, and this in itself, it's also going to put a big massive smile on yourself. But then at the same time, it is just a time where you are most certainly going to start a process. You know, it's to do with like an invocation, it's to do with like it's to do with the power of manifesting. So if you do want to like light a little candle to enhance the process of progress of something, you more welcome to do so, because this is also going to have a really wonderful and powerful effect on things that you are doing, you know. And a huge annoying obstacle is coming to an end, and I'm saying annoying so many times because it created much negativity and created so much uncertainty. So you will realize by this time, this sacred stage in period, you will realize that you just need to trust yourself, and an important conclusion is going to take place, and that in itself is about to bring an inspiration as well, and something new to begin with, indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Scorpione. My gorgeous Scorpione, you know what, my lord. Now this is the time when the sunshine is gonna come through. This is the time when the sunshine is gonna come forward, and that sunshine is gonna have a wonderful, mind-blowing effect on you. It's the time when your energy is gonna become very powerful. It's the time of rejuvenation. It's the time of excitement. It's the time of the whole new focus, which is about to bring you promise that you didn't have before, and this is all going to come through you being very creative. You know what? You're gonna find yourself being very creative. This energy is gonna be super beneficial for you, my gorgeous Scorpiones, in so many ways. On one hand, just listen to the voices in your head. On another hand, just kind of try to focus on your dreams. Then again, try to pay attention to what's the very first thing on your mind. Try to connect and reconnect with the nature at the same time. Try to meditate and try to ground yourself. I know I've mentioned this before, but by meditating, and contemplating. You know, when I say meditating, you know, it's just all about, it's like a meditating, it's like a prayer, you know, it's all about the connection, reconnection with our higher self. But then at the same time, it's about finding out the answers through our own reflection, through the peak of our own spiritual activity, which is like a blessing, which are the things that are going to come through and forward. On one hand, that you wouldn't kind of normally connect to, it's going to be wonderful, but then at the same time, you're going to be having ideas as well and answers while you're meditating and contemplating. And this meditation and contemplation, it's really sacred, and I hope you understand how powerful this time is when it comes to your own vibration, because it's about like kind of providing you with an options that you wouldn't normally have. And these options are also very significant when it comes to the actual shortcuts. You are gonna see something, and that is also going to give you such a beautiful and powerful idea. It's going to inspire you in so many different ways, and it's going to bring you focus where you should have focus. Just remember, my gorgeous Scorpione, ground your light. This is an important time to ground your light. By grounding your light, you're actually going to let your soul shine, but then at the same time, you know, it's an important answer when it comes to the lack of closure. My gorgeous Scorpione, what was causing lack of closure? Do not let this distract you. Do not let this bring you down. Do not let this affect you anymore, because it's not going to. So most certainly what was creating the lack of closure within the last 11 to 12 months even, what was creating the lack of closure, now this is going to become a powerful moment in time, because now this is all about the completion, next stage. It's about the good news. It's about feeling really happy with yourself. It's about feeling the greatest honor. It's about thinking about the next stage. It's about thinking about the opportunities that you didn't have beforehand. So this in itself is also going to provide you with an important vision. And why is this, my gorgeous Scorpione? Why? Do you know why? Because this stage, it's all about your personal transformation. You're gonna have a reward because you reacted to the specific situation over the last 6 months in a particular way. So karmically, this is a beautiful a reward time, reward moment that you are going to have, my gorgeous Scorpione. So this is why you're going to be provided with transformation. This stage and this period, it's all about the transformation. When it comes to you, my gorgeous Scorpione, a fresh new way of living is about to emerge. Just remember, my gorgeous Scorpione, a fresh new way of living is about to be emerged. This is also an excellent time to if you do need to go for work, start something new, just go for it, because you are gonna have this power to express yourself, and you're gonna do so well, and you're gonna be saying things, you know, expressing yourself. You're gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe it. I was amazing, and this and that. And this is nothing unusual, and this is the transformation period stage that I am talking about. So it's great time to throw yourself into all sorts of opportunities and possibilities at the same time. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Sagittarini. My gorgeous Sagittarini, my beautiful Sagittarius, I love you so much, you know. You are also going to reach an important stage here, you know, but you are going to have a bit of a contemplation in this stage, and you know, you need to remember that you're going to be more powerful in this stage and in this period than you can possibly imagine. Do you know why? Because something is going to confuse you, and someone is going to confuse you, and it needs to be down to you, my baby. You are going to be the leader. You need to be the leader. You need to be the one who is going to lead the way. Light your own path. It's very important to say that someone very powerful is going to be around you. Somebody very sorry. Low, somebody with very strong energy, somebody very powerful energy is going to be around you, and I think that this is going to affect you in such a way where you get that drainage of energy that kind of like really shakes you up a little bit and just kind of like leaves you in the certain situation where you're unsure of kind of which way to go, because it's to do with an indecisive moment, it's to do with a contemplation, but somebody very powerful is going to be around you. So just remember that this powerful person doesn't dim your light. It doesn't have to be necessarily horrible person. It doesn't have to be necessarily bad person, but just sometimes people have got a very strong energy, and then we are just like really buzzing around them in so many different ways because of the way their energy is. Indeed, it depends on their spirit, it depends on their spiritual journey. So just be careful that that energy doesn't affect you in a way where you just kind of like it drains you out, and then that affects your own personal reflection. So going down to I've just went on and on and on, what am I like, but it's boiling down to the fact that you are going to need to make an important decision, but you are the one who needs to be the leader of this journey. This is your space, this is your journey, this is your vibration, this is your spiritual bubble, okay? So make sure that you stay within your spiritual bubble, and make sure that you understand that you are going to start an important process of the beginning and unfoldment, indeed, rejuvenation, regeneration, okay? But at the same time, it's going to require a little bit of sacrifice later on, but that doesn't matter, because that sacrifice is to do with the stage and the period that slowly came to an end, and you will become aware of it. So that doesn't matter at all. But when you have a contemplation moment, just remember you are the one who needs to lead the way. Okay, light your own path, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and you will know exactly what I mean, because by that you're gonna basically realize that there are important answers that you are also going to have from within, and you're also going to know that the time is now, and you will be able to recognize something absolutely mental, something brilliant, something mind-blowing about your life, that even if you were thinking about it like about 3 months ago, 4 months ago, 3 weeks ago, you'd be like, no baby, no, I'm not interested. But now you will just know, baby, the wings are here, it's time to fly, fly, fly. It's incredible. You are becoming a little butterfly, a little transformational moment indeed. So you're going to recognize something absolutely remarkable, and it's like also on another hand, it's like to do with like a view from above, get a big picture. You are going to get a big picture, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and this is going to be mind-blowing indeed. And also at the same time, you can expect the powerful news which you're going to have. When I say powerful news, it's to do with your progress, it's to do with your process, it's to do with the hard work and the lots of stress and anxiety, lots of energy that you put towards something. So now you are going to start getting recognized by the right people, by the right persons in your life, and this is going to happen at the right moment, at the right time, because also it is just going to confirm something to you. It's going to put you in a good mood, it's going to create like an optimistic feeling, but it's also going to give you the option to understand the picture from a much higher level, and that in itself is going to provide you with a shortcut towards somewhere very special, where you wanted to get, where you wanted to be, what you wanted to achieve. Important indeed. Okay, so the next sign sorry. La 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 la. Bam parararam bam 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 pararara dun 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 dun. I have my moments, I have my moments, I have my moments, 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 moments. I have my moments, I have my moments, I have my moments, 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 moments. Raise your vibration, my gorgeous people, raise your vibration. I love you so much. Now, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious gorgeous, my beautiful Capricornus. Pam, 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 pam. Capricornus. Dun, 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 dun. Capricornus, pam, 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 pam. Capricornus, pam, 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 pam. Capricornus, pam, 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 pam. Raise your vibration, my gorgeous Capricornus, because most certainly this is going to be a rather enlightening time. It's to do with the satisfaction. It's to do with a big reward that you are going to have, but it's also to do with an important recognition at the same time. I really like it because it's like going to be quite an enlightening stage. You know, you are first of all, you're going to be worrying about something, then your worries are going to be answered, you know, like really nicely in most of the weirdest ways. It's to do with your own realization, it's to do with your own recognition, but it's also to do with the time is when the time is right. But most importantly, you know, it's going to awaken you. I don't know how to explain. I don't even know how to express myself. Do you feel the energy, my gorgeous Capricornus? This is going to be really big because it's to do with the being awakened, but on the whole next level. It's to do with being awakened, you know, awakened spirit in such a way like you've never been awakened before. So you are going to find out a certain truth, but then that truth is not going to completely surprise you. It's more about the confirmation about this truth. And that truth, as soon as you have a confirmation, it's also almost immediately going to create a pathway where the pathway wasn't before. But the energy is going to be absolutely superb. The balance is going to be absolutely right, in particular when it comes to focus, unfoldment, and the vision that you are going to have at the same time. So it's not only you feeling like completely awakened, but it's also you're reaching an important stage of your spiritual journey, my gorgeous Capricornus, because this is going to boil down towards you wanting to change. You're going to feel the biggest desire to change you felt in a long time. And this is what I said, ignore the nonsense, what's happening. And I say nonsense on the scale in the world everywhere. It's too many lies are going on. People have been told lies for so long now. So the best is to remain in your spiritual bubble, ignore the lies, because it is just becoming like really too draining for so many people. Some people can cope really well, but the majority of people have been affected by this negativity because there's so many lies that people have been fed all the time. So I want to say to you that this stage, it's going to be so remarkable for you, my gorgeous Capricornus, because it's about not only about you being awakened spirit, but having the desire to change. This is not only about the desire to change that you're going to feel, but it's the energy that you're going to feel within, the power that you're going to feel within. It's going to re-energize you in a mind-blowing way, and that in itself, it's going to be connected immediately, like boom, bam, bam, to the resistance to change. The certain resistance to change that you had, it's just going to become like, why didn't I do this before? Why was I waiting? What was I waiting for? You know, this life is too short. We are 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old. And it goes like that. You know, yes, we go somewhere else after that. But this world, this life on this planet is like really short. And that's why you just need to remain in your spiritual bubble. And the more optimistic you are within this time, the more powerful you're actually going to be, because it's connected to the resistance to change, something that you wanted to do. What was missing? Because other people around you are so important to you, are going to benefit from this. So I don't know what you have been waiting for. But then again, on another hand, I know that sometimes the energy needs to be just right. The balance needs to be just right, which makes your vibration really really powerful, which kind of puts you towards the situation that you wouldn't normally go towards. But however, this is going to lead towards the resistance to change, something that you wanted to do for a long time and something that was affecting you more than you could have possibly imagined. So now it's almost like becoming like a heavy comic luggage. And what is this? What has been affecting you? You will see something, and that in itself is going to give you an important idea, because it's going to bring you joy, and it's also going to bring you the victory and mental clarity. So most certainly it's to do with the recognition, but also getting a big picture at the same time, and coming to terms with a certain obstacle that was creating this resistance to change. This is going to come to an end, and this is just one thing that is going to happen, you know. And now this is when things are going to become so important and so significant, because you need to understand, Capricornius, it's time to begin now. It's time to start now. It's time to start the process. It's time to go for it. It's time of your own rebirth. This is not only about a focus. This is not only about a promise. This is not about the vision that you are going to have, but you're probably going to have the biggest wake-up call so far. And it's to do with who you are, and it's to do what you're doing right now, and it's also to do with the second stage, a second step of your journey. Just remember, begin now. Take your first step. Capricornius, please remember my words. Begin now. Take your first step. You will see exactly what I mean, because this is going to bring you the world of possibilities that you wouldn't normally have. It is going to be connected to unknown things when it comes to your future planning, when it comes to unknown territory and things like that, but that doesn't matter. As I said, the time is right now. And also you just need to remember that at the same time, you know, the answers that you're going to need are going to be within. Pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your thinking process, pay attention to what you think about when you're also like kind of meditating, and also when you start to drift through, when you're drifting through, you know, when you start drifting. This is an important moment, because you relax your mind, you relax your subconscious mind, and then at that moment in time you allow yourself to get the actual answers within that you wouldn't normally have. It's the time of the process when you do the actual meditation and you start the first few minutes, you know, like it's similar like when you're like having lucid dreaming, or it's similar when you're starting to fall asleep. That particular process, you know, it's wonderful, it's really beautiful, but it really kind of brings us somewhere else. And this where we find ourselves, like it's like a special little room, you know, of the spirituality. We just, in return, it enhances your subconscious mind, which just makes you understand things that you don't normally understand from a much higher level indeed. So this is rather important time of completion, but it's also an important time of the actual adjustment, you know. You also need to remember to follow your bliss, my God, gorgeous Capricornians. This is going to be absolutely super evident right now. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Aquamarine, Aquarius. Now, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, this is like basically, here. You see, I've just thought that Now for the Aquamarine, I'm gonna need to take this one out. Yeah, there you go. Now, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Aquamarine. My gorgeous Aquamarine, I love you so much. And this is the time when you're already going to be able to picking up your own fruits, you know. This time, it's going to bring you an important moment, like my gorgeous Aquamarines. You're gonna love this. It's like a beautiful spiritual rain that you're going to have, beautiful spiritual rain that you're going to feel, and it's gonna feel beautiful. You will just want to take all your clothes off and just dance in this beautiful spiritual rain, it's gonna feel absolutely wonderful, not literally, but it's gonna feel wonderful, because when it comes to your energy, when it comes to that balance, there is the whole new point that is gonna come through forward, the whole new dimension, the whole new direction, an opportunity is gonna come through and come forward, and it's gonna be mind-blowing, and you're gonna like it, because this is exactly where you're gonna find yourself at. This is exactly where you're gonna find your spirit. This is exactly when you're gonna find your spiritual journey, but then at the same time, the big answer to your problem as well. What else I was going to say, my gorgeous Aquamarine, just remember that you are reaching a very important stage here. And if I take the whole year back, okay, let's just go back 12 months, you see these readings are so deep, they're so powerful, and they're so spiritual, and the more I connect and the further I go when we go back into the past, the more significant these readings are, and they mean so much more, in particular when it comes to your personal balance, when it comes to your personal situation. So now I'm going back to 12 months ago. Within the last 12 months, all the hard work and all the sweat and tears, all the hard work, all the sweat and tears, all, like how they say, all the sweat, tears, and all the hard work that you have been doing, that you have been trying to manifest, that you have been focusing on, all the energy that you've used, my God, if there is any stage or any period of time that I can just say how relevant and how important it's actually going to be, like, oh my Lord, this is going to be incredible. So an important moment when it comes to your personal achievement, through your own hard work. And that is not all. By the end of this stage and the end of this period, you are going to have an important vision. This vision is going to be a little bit different, but it's also emotionally, it's going to kind of confuse you a little bit, because you're going to start realizing something that, I always say this, and I'm sorry, but emotionally you did something that you're still blaming yourself. And now you, not that long ago, when it comes to like your life, when it comes to love life, emotions and things like that. So now you are going to have some kind of you're gonna have some kind of very important confirmation, and this is an important part of your progress, my gorgeous Aquamarines, because you are going to kind of like find yourself being very strong, and it's to do with emotions, it's to do with the decision that you made, and you're gonna find yourself very emotionally strong, and you're gonna be surprised the way you feel. And this is nothing unusual. This is how beneficial this energy is going to be, which is going to open your eyes, and it's going to help you to realize where you are at the moment. So emotionally, when it comes to the people immediately around you, there are changes that are going to start happening, but the good changes, important changes that are going to surprise you. You will be surprised with this, my gorgeous Aquamarine, is why, how come that you have so much womanish power and so much self-esteem and confidence to do this. This is nothing unusual to even understand this, even to look at the situation from this angle. Somebody very important in your life was trying to say this to you. Somebody very significant in your life was trying to kind of point you towards the right direction, but they were worrying because they were worrying the way you're going to feel. So I think that this is to do with your emotions. This is to do with the people in your life, maybe to do with your partner. It really depends. But somebody very, very important in your life, like the best friend or like a family member, somebody was trying to point you towards the right direction, and you know how they feel about someone else, about this situation in your life. I hope that this doesn't sound too confusing, but it's important, because you are going to gain strength and balance in order to understand things, and the sooner you understand, the better it's going to be. The sooner you understand, the quicker you are going to let yourself go. The sooner you understand, new portal is about to be open, because this is exactly what is going to happen, my gorgeous Aquamarines. You need to remember that you're also something is going to awaken within you, in this stage, in this period. I will repeat, my gorgeous babies, it's from the 24th of September until the 14th of October 2020, and something is going to be awakened within you, and this is going to bring you the element of like this energy that was actually missing, and it was creating this imbalance, and this imbalance was kind of affecting your thinking process in such a way when it comes to kind of making decisions and things like that, or standing very firm on your ground. So this is going to start changing, and it's going to be really, really good. In particular, I will say to you that you are going to find yourself being very creative, but then at the same time, you know, through your own creativity, wherever you put your energy within this time, my gorgeous Aquamarines, is going to be remarkable. It's going to be felt so amazingly. You will be immaculate with whatever you do, but at the same time, this is the sacred creativity, and when the creativity is sacred, just remember that throughout this stage, the more you do, the more you're gonna get out. The more you do, the more magnetic you're going to be. The more you do, more is gonna come to you, this magnetic energy of the realization, and more attractive you are going to become towards those things in life, and those areas and those elements that you would like to attract to yourself. So this is why I say it's a magnetic energy. It's a remarkable moment in time, and also when it comes to expressing yourself, you are going to express yourself in a mind-blowing way to someone whom you had a problem with, someone very important in your life, and you just need to remember that something is going to maybe kind of blow out, try to blow out of the proportion when it's, sorry Aquamarine, you see, but something is like, this is to do with like important people in your life, like a family members and things like that. You need to sort something out. This is not what I was going to say, I was saying to you at the beginning of this reading, but it's the family member. And I was saying to you this before, anybody who you are arguing with, or anybody whom you have something unfinished with, you need to fix this. It's so important. Oh my God, you need to really fix this. If somebody you're having a problems with, like in your life, that is so important to you, maybe you're fighting with a family member, maybe you're fighting with someone who you shouldn't be fighting. It's so important. I'm telling you now, and you will see why. It's so important to fix this and try to rise above the situation. No arguing, no fighting, no negativity, no stroppiness, nothing like that. Just rise above all this nonsense. Now it's time. You need to fix this. It's very, very important. Please do this, my gorgeous Aquamarines. On another hand, you know, it's the basically, you know, you are... Oh my God, you know, Aquamarine, it's about illuminating the shadow, and it's also it's about illuminating the shadow, and it's about focusing on a solution at the same time. By illuminating a shadow and focusing on a solution, you're going to create an open communication. By creating an open communication, you're going to realize on one hand the answers within that you wouldn't normally realize, but then on another hand, you know, this is all about getting the picture, in particular when it comes to recognizing an absolutely mind-blowing important stage in your life. And be careful, because someone around you just kind of, I don't trust them. Someone is around you like so much, I'm sorry Aquamarines, but someone is around you so much that I don't really trust them. So be just a little bit careful. I think that this person is part of the progress, part of the process, and it's not going to stay there forever. But most certainly just be a little bit careful, and remember also to ground your light. You are going to have an important moment of victory and mental clarity, in particular when it comes to the actual chaos and confusion. But just remember, being friendly, being open-minded and fixing negativities around people is the key. If you could do this like throughout this time, it would be absolutely remarkable, but it's important, and you will see why later on. This time it's going to bring you an important contemplation. Just remember, as soon as you're kind of finding yourself contemplating, but in particular when it comes to the actual time when you start recognizing some kind of like a new option that is just going to become so attractive to you, at the same time it's going to be connected to contemplations. As soon as you're contemplating, just remember, look, I'm going to simplify, not that you need it, but As soon as you feel the biggest contemplation in between the 24th of September and 14th of October, as soon as you see the biggest as soon as you feel the biggest contemplation, my gorgeous Aquamarine, this is the time when you are going to find yourself wandering, and at the same time you're going to find yourself on a wandering path. This wandering path is going to be very important. It's almost immediately going to highlight things that haven't been highlighted in a really long time, and this is going to really affect your strength, power, and your energy. But the bottom line is you are going to start a new process, new progress, a new journey. Aquamarines, the most important thing so far in this reading is that you are about to start an important new journey. And I want to say, enjoy the journey, because this is going to be remarkable. It's going to be a very significant time of your life. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my absolutely super significant Pisces. My gorgeous Pisces, I love you so much. My Pisces, my Pisces. My Piscelini, 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 Lini, Lini, Piscelini, my Piscelini, my Piscelini, Lini, my Piscelini, my Piscelini, my Piscelini, 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 Lini, Lini, my Piscelini, my Piscelini, my Piscelini, Lini, pam pam, my Piscelini, ni, pam pam, my Piscelini, ni, pam pam. My gorgeous Piscelini, you know what? It's just like this is important because it's you are this stage, this period, it's going to be like a really beautiful spiritual bridge that you are going to go over. On one hand, once you come to the other side of this beautiful spiritual bridge, this is going to be a completely different dimension. But then on another side, on another hand, this is a massive, huge stepping stone that you're going to go over. And this is so important because it's to do with the conclusion. It's to do with a really annoying time in your life that was really preventing you to move on, that was really slowing you down, and it affected you so much. Only in this stage, in this period, my gorgeous Pisces, you will see how much was this actually affecting you. You are going to have an opportunity, and the answer to that opportunity when it comes to the actual number and timekeeping, it's number 3. This is a very important to say that the number 3, it's also going to be your lucky number. I know it sounds bizarre, but when you have something really important, because you will have something really important to discuss this time, you're gonna have something really important to deal with, and also, you know, just be as open-minded as you can, be as daring as you can, and also see the opportunity. You will see the opportunities where you wouldn't normally see them. But once you have this important situation arising, this stage, this period, my gorgeous Pisces, just remember the number 3 is going to be a lucky number, and also try to put number 3 in a little pocket. Try to write it down, maybe get a little pendant with number 3. However, whatever you can do, whatever you need to do in order to connect to this miraculous energy, because by doing this, by having a number 3 with you, wearing this, then at the same time you are enhancing your energy, you're enhancing your power by connecting and reconnecting to this number, and that way just everything flows through so much nicer. But at the same time, it really has got a positive impact on your feelings and on your grounding and on your energy at the same time, because it's like a very healing indeed. You're gonna hear something so important to you, my gorgeous Pisces, and I'm so happy for you, because that what you're gonna hear, it's to do with the contemplation that you had about 3 or 4 months ago. There was a contemplation, you weren't too sure, and then there was the certain path, you know, the certain situation arisen, and then you didn't want to go through it, not because it was your problem, not because it was your fault, but there were other things that were happening around that kind of prevented you to move on. So now this is gonna come back, the certain unfinished business business, if I can say like that, it's going to bounce back. And this is important because it created like before, it created like some kind of missed opportunity that what you thought, but now this is going to become even more evident, like some kind of missed opportunity, because it's coming through, it's coming forward. But also, most importantly, it made you like, it kind of made a certain imbalance in commitments. And this happens when something is there that we want to do so much, but you know, at the same time we need to make sure that we are doing things right, because we want to make sure that when it comes to a person's security and practicality, that we are actually, you know, if we do take the first step, you know, the new step, then we just need to make sure that we do the right thing so we can protect ourselves and maybe people around us, people in our families, or people who are really dear to us. But most certainly, an important answer. You are going to get an important answer, my gorgeous spicy Leaners, and I'm so happy because now that answer, it's like almost like to do with ascending the mountain, really. You know, that answer is connected to keep going forward. That answer is going to be a remarkable, incredible realization, you know, remarkable confirmation to actually keep going forward, you know. And it's to do with who you are. You need to stay true to yourself. You need to stay honest with yourself. There is no kind of like need to kind of try certain directions that you're not kind of interested in, because there are a couple of things that are also like kind of going to be around you, and it is going to be the part of this challenge indeed. Couple of things that you're not going to feel like oh no, why am I doing this? It feels like a waste of time. So twice when you feel like something feels like a waste of time, this is exactly the same time when you don't need to do anything straight away then and there. But also just remember that both of these things, as soon as you come to terms with it, that they're coming to an end slowly, you will know both of the things are going to bring you joy into your life, because they're to do with the actual important messages when it comes to you observing your limitations. You also need to observe limitations by standing in the light of truth, and that in itself is going to provide you with an opportunity, with the strength, with the power to see your situation from a completely different angle. And that in return is going to just basically put you on the path, put you on a journey towards the victory and mental clarity. But especially after the actual confusing situations in your life, this is so important, because it's about you keep going forward, but also at the same time, remember, my gorgeous spicy Lini, ignite your passion for life. You are going to ignite your passion for life in between the 24th of September until the 14th of October 2020. You're going to start something which is going to be life-changing, but you have to remember it's going to be one step at a time indeed. You're going to start something and it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing, and this is nothing unusual, because you know, you just need to follow things that you feel connected to. Remember, the time is now. The time is important, you know, to discover things about yourself, but also the time is important to understand that you're exactly where you need to be. You're at the beginning something really good, really important, and it's going to reflect on you like being very open-minded. So you will want to really just focus on things around you, but in particular you will want to make certain changes around you. You will want to rejuvenate yourself, rejuvenate your energy. It's important, but also at the same time, it's the time of changes and it's the time of expansion. If you like, whatever you do, whatever you're focusing on, whether you're working or whether you're not working, whether you're retired, you know, this is the time that is going to bring you an element that wasn't there before, but it's to do with an expansion. It's to do with doing things differently. It's to do with new things, but it's also to do with trusting yourself and avoid the negativity. Listen, this is more important than anything. Try to avoid the negativity that's going on around the world so much, you know. Try to avoid as much as you can and try to remain in your spiritual bubble, because if you are paying attention too much, it's just going to drain your energy. This is very important, and by remaining in your spiritual bubble, you will surprise yourself. yourself. This is exactly what you're going to do. You're gonna keep going. You're gonna keep following your bliss. You're gonna remain in your spiritual bubble, and that it's going to take you where you need to be taken. Otherwise, if you pay attention to things around you, it's just going to slow you down, and it's just so unnecessary. I just want to say to you that you need to also remember to lead the way. My gorgeous Pisceans, you need to remember to lead the way. Someone is going to confuse you. Someone is going to kind of try to bring you down. And you just need to remember that you are the one who need to lead the way, because you are the one who need to light up your own path. More important than anything, as soon as you do realize this, a fresh new way of living is about to emerge, and you are going to like it, because this is all about you, and it's all about you trusting yourself. Be as open-minded you can, because this is going to lead towards a massive, huge, enormous transformation. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Just remember, you're also going to get a justice. You're going to hear something about the justice, and you're going to like it. Absolutely like it. It's going to put a massive smile in your face. But then at the same time, when you hear about that process of justice, that is going to mean to you so much. There is going to be quite interesting little advice for you at the same time that you're going to gain through the actual situation. You're not going to be said this or told this directly, but you're going to gain some kind of advice that is going to beautifully and spiritually travel to you, and that is also going to be an important part of you realizing that something is slowly coming to an end, but most certainly an opportunity, very important opportunity is going to be there. And this is something that it's connected to those observing of limitations that I said. This is why it's so important. What is kind of like creating limitations in your life? This is the time to observe it as much as you possibly can, because you are going through your own transformation. So this is important. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you, my gorgeous people. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous people. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.